So these are the key risk factors of heart disease, and this is just a map showing through the United States how many people actually die from heart disease. So you can see it's a big number. So there's three. The first is smoking cigarettes. So if you smoke cigarettes, obviously really bad for you. Second one is high blood pressure, and third is poor nutrition. So why is nutrition so important? Nutrition processes how the body uses food. So takes food, turns it into energy, which fuels our body to stay alive. So very important. So these are just the basics of nutrition, just to inform you guys. So there's 6 groups of essential nutrients. The first is protein. Protein helps you grow and repair tissue. You can find protein in foods such as chicken, fish, and eggs. And then our second is carbohydrates. Now this is our biggest source of energy for the body, so it's very important. There's actually 2 kinds of carbohydrates. The first is simple carbs. Those are actually bad for you because things like white bread or sugary foods, anything white, like white rice. So you eat anything with simple carbs and it actually spikes your blood sugar and then it drops. So it only gives you a supply of energy for a short amount of time. The second kind of carbohydrate is complex. Now complex carbs are good for you. You can find these in whole grains and brown rice. Those actually supply energy throughout the whole day, so they're more slowly digested, but they supply a more efficient amount of energy. And third is fats. There's 3 different kinds of fats. The first kind of fat is saturated, and I don't know if you guys know that's the bad kind of fat. So you can find that in pizza, cheese, and the reason why it's so bad for you is because it actually forms deposits on your artery walls. So if you consume enough saturated fat, obviously eventually it will lead to diseases such as heart disease. Now our 2 kinds of good fats are monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. These are healthy fats because they actually protect your artery walls and they actually help get rid of the deposits that are formed from saturated fats. Now fourth is vitamins. Vitamins A, B, C, D, and E. Vitamin A actually improves vision and your skin. You can find those in carrots and spinach. Vitamin B carries oxygen throughout the whole body, as well as helps provide or produce neurotransmitters, which obviously, if you know what a neurotransmitter is, it helps produce or send messages from the brain to the body. And it also helps break down your carbohydrates. Vitamin C helps build bones and muscle. You can find those in citrus, broccoli, and one of my favorites, sweet potatoes. And then vitamin D helps absorb calcium, find that in fish, egg yolks. And then vitamin E also helps form red blood cells, and that can be found in seafood and poultry. Now some of the benefits of eating properly are healthy metabolism. So obviously the food that you eat, if you eat the proper food, will give you increased energy level, turning the food into fuel for the body. It improves mental health. Like I said earlier, produces neurotransmitters just to help you function properly, and then disease prevention, such as heart disease. The reason why it is hard for most of us to actually keep a healthy diet is because of toxic food environments. So I'm sure a majority of us try to eat healthy as we can, but I don't know about you guys, when I leave school sometimes I'm like starving, and there's Burger King, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Five Guys, all within one strip. So it's like within a mile of each other. So it's kind of hard to not stop and like pick up a burger when you get out of school because you're hungry. Another toxic environment would be at work and school. So we have vending machines when the cafeteria is closed, and all it's filled with is those bad fats and sugary foods like Doritos, candy bars, things that will once again spike your blood sugar and then will drop. So it's not really helpful, and it doesn't really supply you with good nutrition. A way to prevent from eating unnutritiously or making healthful choices is plan your meals. So as much as we all say we don't have time to cook or we don't have time to prepare meals, it's really important that you take the time, even if you just prepare a healthy dinner, and then you can pack the leftovers for lunch the next day. Another good side is pack snacks. So once again, throughout the day, as you're busy, you're going to work, you're going to school, you don't find time to eat. So if you keep like granola bars, maybe like trail mix or something on hand, so when you do get hungry, you don't go to the drive-thru and get a burger, you pick up a granola bar. This is just a healthy food plate. So it's just a guide that's used to show what your plate should look like for each meal. So you can see that half of it is majority of fruits and vegetables, most importantly. And then you have your brown rice and whole grains, which provide your energy throughout the day. And then there's meats and others. And then water, of course, is actually the most important nutrient out of all of them, because your brain is actually made up of 73% water. So you should be drinking 2 to 3 quarts a day, obviously depending on your activity level, but it's very important. And how can we actually take a step and improve your nutrition? Because I know it's like a whole lifestyle change, and a lot of people are overwhelmed by getting on a diet, but really even just cutting simple things out like sugary drinks, energy drinks, diet sodas, or just replacing simple ingredients like using olive oil instead of butter or something that's a saturated fat. And by making these simple steps, it'll save your life. So it might not have to be all at once, but just take small steps at a time, and those small steps can save your life.